Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at the sales process and the steps to making a sale. So you need to write these down, and we're going to go through each one independently, but there are 8 steps to the sales process with your approach, determining customer needs, presenting the product to the customer, mentioning to them and demonstrating to them the features and benefits, handling questions and objections, closing the sale, suggestive selling, reassuring, and following up. And we're going to go over each one of these. Okay, so step one. Now, when you're writing the notes, don't just write what's on the PowerPoint slides because you might want to write down some of the important things that I'm saying, as those items may be on the test. So, step one, the pre approach. In the pre approach, we're looking at observing your customers. Like if you're in the store, you're watching your customers as they're coming into the store. You can tell by watching a customer if they're in a hurry or if they're just going to kind of be browsing through the store. But you need to know right away when you see a customer how you're going to handle them because you don't handle them all the same. Next, we have cold canvassing. When you cold canvas, that is when you look for a customer. So here we have somebody that has a damaged roof, and telemarketers or companies that fix roofs will be driving by neighborhoods and writing down addresses of homes that need roof repair. And then they look up the phone numbers and they actually use their telemarketers to make those sales calls through cold canvassing. That's the pre-approach. In step two, we're actually approaching the customer. This is the first time that the salesperson and the customer will speak. And then there's 4 different approaches that you would use in step two, the approach. You could just use a service approach. When someone walks in, you could say, "How can I help you?" You could do a greeting and say, "Hi, welcome to Walmart." You could do a merchandise approach. I noticed that you were looking at our latest in pottery. So that's if a customer is like looking at particular items in your store. Or you could do a combination, which is typically one of the more popular ones. You would say hello, which is your greeting, and then you would add something with it. Like, hello, we have a special today on our shirts. Buy 2 shirts, get the third one half off. So that would be your combination of your approach styles that you could use. That's all for step two, the approach. When you're approaching customers, you're going to notice what type of customer you're dealing with. There are many different kinds of customers. A customer that has decided on their product is one that would be holding the product. Usually, once they're holding the product, they're taking ownership of it. Customers that are undecided, they may be holding 2 products, looking at them both, going back and forth, picking up different boxes and examining them, and not really sure what to do. Or you could have your customer that's just looking. So those are your browsers, people that are kind of just wandering around. Here you see a man looking at what appears to be a truck. He might look at the truck and then he might wander over and look at a car, a crossover. He really doesn't know what he's doing or what he's looking for just yet. He's just kind of looking and glancing at different things. Okay. Next, in step three, we have determining the customer's needs and their buying motives. So there's reasons why people buy something, right? So they're either buying it based on a conscious decision, something that they know that they need. Here for a rational decision, I'm looking at a car. Maybe you need a vehicle to get to work and your car broke down. So you're making a conscious decision to purchase a new car. Or you could be acting on emotions, right? Right now, our seniors are getting ready to graduate, so they could be buying senior apparel and, buying extra things to get ready for their party, things that they may not need, but they're feeling association with those particular products. It could be to feel acceptance, like a varsity jacket. You're on a team and everybody else on your team has the varsity jacket, so you may want one too. Or due to love, like here I have your engagement ring. So these are all based on emotion. And then Customers have different experiences with buying things. So, for example, if they are buying milk, that's a routine purchase, and they will not need a customer salesperson to help them buy that milk, right? They know what they're looking for, it's a routine item. They may have limited experience with buying a cell phone, so they still may need a salesperson to help them with some information on the cell phone. You've maybe bought one or two already so far, and so you do have some limited experience. And then you may need extensive amount of help with a salesperson, because in this situation you may not be buying houses that often, or maybe never. So you would need a lot more information and help from the salesperson in this particular scenario. So, how do you think a salesperson will go about determining the customer's needs? Yes, you're going to ask them questions, right? Who are you looking to buy these soccer cleats for? Or what is your purpose for the camera? What will be you be taking pictures of, etc. You need to determine what the needs are for the customer so that you can help them find exactly what they're looking for and they can make a good buying decision. In step 4, this is the product presentation. You want to show the products that match the customer's uncovered needs. So for a camera, you want to show them a camera that maybe has video on it as well, or maybe it takes great pictures in low lighting because they're going to be looking at cathedrals. You need to question them and then match the features with the benefits of that product. Handle or use the product. So, for example, if they're looking at a treadmill, you might want them to give the treadmill a try. You test drive a car, and so on. When they're looking at other items like, let's say, jewelry, for example, you never want to show them more than 3 products at a time. So, if they keep asking to show them a different ring, you find out through process of elimination which ones you can pull off the top, and put it back into the cabinet so that there's only 3 products out at one time, because customers will get confused and then they'll just walk away. So I talked about features and benefits, and you use feature benefit statements. So when we talk about a feature, it's the physical characteristics of that product. So here I could say this car was rated number 1 for safety, and the benefit is that the number 1 safety rating will give you comfort when your daughter is using it to commute to college. So the benefit is the satisfaction that the customer is actually looking for from that product or service. So you match the feature with the benefit. In step 5, we're handling the customer's questions and objections. So their questions could be legitimate concerns or hesitations, doubts, or honest reasons a customer has for not making that purchase. So they may say something like, I'm not really sure if I want to spend that much money on this item. I've heard that there are some negative reviews. Okay, and then there could be objections. These should be viewed as positive because it gives the salesperson an opportunity to present more information to the customer. Examples of an objection: do you carry any other brands? These shoes don't fit right. How could you respond to these different types of objections? Oh, so you don't really like the Nike brand? Let me show you the Adidas. These shoes don't fit right. Then you would question and say, what's wrong with the shoe exactly? Is it too narrow? Is it not fitting the arch properly? And so on, so that you can better fit the customer. Objections give you the opportunity to give them something that they're actually looking for. Examples of excuses, which are much different, is I'm too busy to see you today. We don't need any more TVs. I'm just looking. I didn't plan on buying anything today. I'm just browsing. These are excuses not to deal with a customer sales person. 4-step process for handling objections. When you're given an objection, which you can overcome, you listen carefully, acknowledge the customer's objection, and then restate the objection and then answer it. So, for example, when we talked about the shoes not fitting properly, that was an objection. Oh, so what I hear you say is these are a little too narrow. Let me see if I can find something in a wider width. Step six, you're going to close the sale. So you will ask, is this going to be cash or credit today? You could also say something like, would you like this gift wrapped? But you're going to ask for the sale. Don't just watch the customer stand there with the product. You have to be very observant and ready to close on a sale. There's a saying in sales, and it's always be closing. ABC, always be closing. You have to be ready to make that sale. I did put suggestive selling on here to help you close a sale, and I'll show you what I mean. In step seven, you're going to do suggestive selling. So you're going to offer the customer a product that may go with an item that they're purchasing. This will save customers time and hassle later. So, for example, oh, Johnny's going to love this remote control car. However, it does take 4 AA batteries, and this package does not come with the AA batteries. Would you like me to get them for you? So, you're assuming that they're going to buy the car, and then you're telling them that they're going to need those batteries, right? So it's kind of helping you get to that close. And then in step eight, we're doing a follow up. Why should a salesperson follow up with the customer after a purchase? They've already made the purchase. What do you care, right? Why should a salesperson follow up with the customer after they've already made a purchase? Okay, so we want to build relationships with those customers so that they keep coming back. And then to do these follow ups, you can have, like if you're at a restaurant, for example, surveys on the receipts. Making other types of purchases, you could have an email survey about the purchase that you made. Real estate is a big one. Your real estate agent will typically, after you buy a home, send a gift to you and or bring a gift to you and then follow up. Is everything the way it should be? Do you have any questions? Anything I can help you with? And the same thing when you purchase a car. After you purchase a car, you'll always get a survey of feedback. You may even receive a phone call from the company manager where you bought the car, or the agent themselves may call you and just make sure that you're enjoying the car and your purchase. Okay, you can go back and fill in any areas that you may have missed. Remember, don't just write down the information that's on the slides. Listen to what I'm saying and put some extra information into your notes. There will be a test, and you'll be able to use your notes on the test.